Welcome to episode 10 of Transfer of Property Act 1882. In this episode, I am going to talk on lease and license. Section 105 defines the lease. It says a lease of immovable property is a transfer of right to enjoy such property for a certain time or in perpetuity in consideration of a price paid or promised to pay or any other thing of value to be rendered periodically to the transferor by the transferee who accepts such terms. So it is called lease. Price is called premium and the money or other thing is called rent. Transferor is called lessor and the transferee is called lessee. What are the essential elements of the lease? They are 1. Lessor must be competent to contract and he must have title or anything authority to lease out. Second, the lessee also must be competent to contract on the date the contract is executed. Third, subject matter must be immovable property. Fourth, transfer must be for a right to enjoy the property. And fifth, lease must be made for a certain time or in perpetuity. Sixth, lease must have a consideration premium plus rent, either of the two or both. And lastly, lessee must accept the transfer. What is the effect of lease? Lease creates right in rem in favor of the lessee, that is right against the whole world. The lease establishes relationship of landlord and tenant between the parties, and lease operates as a transfer of property. Now, what is lease and sale? What's the difference? In sale, as we have seen in earlier episode, there is absolute transfer of all the rights in the property which is sold. In lease, however, there is a partial transfer of the property to the lessee. Ownership remains still with lessor. The rights which are left with transferor are called the reversion rights. Now, what is license? A lease ordinarily a grant of property for a certain period in consideration of usually a rent. License is governed by Indian Easement Act and is a permission to do certain act which otherwise will be unlawful. In both these, there are many things which are common, but let's see what's the difference between lease and a license. There are important differences. First, in lease, there is a transfer of interest in the property, but in license, there is no transfer of interest, although a licensee acquires a right to occupy the property. The test for two is the exclusive possession. If there is no exclusive possession with the grantee, then it is a license and it's not a lease. Second, in lease, if there is any accretion is made to the property, it is deemed to be comprised, but with license it is not so. Third, a lease is transferable and heritable, but license is not transferable and also not heritable. Fourth, lease can be terminated by forfeiture. In license, there is no such provision. Fifth, lease can be terminated only by one of the 8 different ways which section 111 defines. A license can be revoked at pleasure. Licensee is not entitled to a notice to quit before eviction. Sixth, a lease is entitled to maintain a suit in his own name, but licensee has no such right. And lastly, the death of the either party does not affect lease, whereas license gets terminated automatically in such circumstances. Just take for illustration, A allows B to wander in his garden in his plot between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. every day is a license, it's not a lease, because no right is transferred to the licensee. A lease for immovable property can be made from year to year for any term exceeding 1 year. Lease is held proper by the court even for 999 years. and secondly, reserving a yearly rent only by the registered instrument. In any other case, can be made either by registered instrument or the delivery of the possession of the property to the licensee. Now, how do you terminate lease? A lease for agriculture or manufacturing purposes is deemed to be a lease for year to year and can be terminated by 6 months notice by either party. Any other lease can be terminated at a 15 days notice. Section 106 says notice of termination must be given in writing, to be sent by post or delivered in person, or to be affixed on the property in a conspicuous place. Termination of a lease is given in 111 to 113 and can be by way of 1. By effects of time limited by agreement. That means if agreement says lease gets terminated at the end of 20 years, it gets terminated at the end of 20 years. Where such time is limited conditionally or happening of certain event by happening of that event. So there is a suppose certain event is to happen which will happen sometime, and the condition is stipulated in the lease agreement that on happening of this event the lease will get terminated. It will get terminated by happening of that event. Third is merger, when interest of the lessee and the lessor in the whole of the property becomes vested in one person. Fourth, by express surrender by mutual agreement, which is also possible. Fifth is by implied surrender, when lessee accepts from lessor new lease of the same property to take effect during the existence of the earlier lease. Then yes, forfeiture has taken place. Lastly, by expiry of notice to termination of lease. That means if the notice period has happened, then lease will get terminated. And lastly, by forfeiture, which happens in either of one of these following four cases. 1. Lessee breaks an express condition. Second, he tries to set up title in some third person. Third, claiming the title in himself. And fourth, is adjudicated insolvent and the lease conditions provide that lessor may re-enter the property on happening of such event. In these four cases, the forfeiture of the lease takes place. A forfeiture gets waived by acceptance of rent due since the forfeiture. So this is also called tenancy by holding over, or also called tenancy at will. This happens when after the termination of the lease has taken place, tenant continues to remain in the possession of the property and the lessor consents to his continuance by accepting rent or otherwise. But if lessor does not give his assent to such continuance, the tenant becomes tenant at sufferance. That is, one who came in by right but holding over without consent of landlord, so without any right, although he is strictly not a trespasser under the criminal law, but he is a tenant at sufferance. So this is the major difference between tenancy at will and tenant at sufferance. So we stop here. Next episode, I will cover mortgage and charge. Thank you. Please contact advocate advsdbapat@gmail.com for any further consultants. Thank you very much.